Somewhere in the deep ocean, a predator is hunting exactly the same way it hunted 100 to 25 million years ago. Not a descendant, not a distant relative, the same creature, the same strategy, the same nightmare. While dinosaurs rose and fell, while continents drifted apart, while humanity built civilizations, it barely changed at all. And it isn't alone. Because the deeper scientists explore the ocean, the more they discover something disturbing. Some of Earth's most ancient monsters never went extinct. They simply disappeared into the dark. And some are still down there today, waiting. The ocean looks familiar from the surface. Blue water, waves, sunlight, life. But that world ends surprisingly quickly. A few hundred meters down, sunlight begins to fade. Then it disappears entirely. Beyond that point lies a realm of permanent darkness, a place where pressure can crush steel, a place colder than most winter nights, a place so vast that humanity has explored only a tiny fraction of it. And for hundreds of millions of years, creatures have been evolving there, not under the rules of our world, but under the rules of the abyss. In that darkness, survival demanded strange solutions. Some creatures grew enormous eyes. Others evolved glowing bodies. Some developed teeth so large they couldn't even fit inside their own mouths. And once a creature found a successful strategy, evolution often left it alone. One of the strangest examples lived 150 million years ago. Its name was Ophthalmosaurus. Imagine a predator larger than a dolphin. Now give it eyes nearly the size of dinner plates, not because it wanted to look intimidating, because it needed to see where almost no light existed. Scientists believe Ophthalmosaurus could dive thousands of feet into the ocean, far deeper than most modern marine reptiles. Down there, sunlight was gone. The only light came from distant flashes of bioluminescence. Tiny signals in the darkness, and those enormous eyes were built to detect them. While other predators hunted near the surface, Ophthalmosaurus descended into the abyss, into a world few creatures dared enter. But it wouldn't be the last monster to master the darkness. Most animals change over time. That's how evolution works. But every now and then, nature creates something so effective that it barely needs improvement. That's exactly what happened with the Goblin Shark. At first glance, the Goblin Shark looks unfinished. Its body is soft. Its skin is pale. Its snout resembles something from another planet. Then it opens its mouth, and suddenly its entire jaw launches forward, like a biological trap. The shark doesn't chase prey. It doesn't need to. It simply waits. And when something gets close enough, the jaws fire outward and grab dinner. The astonishing part is how long this strategy has existed. Fossils reveal that goblin sharks have been using essentially the same design for more than 100 million years. While countless species evolved around them, the goblin shark barely changed, because it didn't have to. The darkness already belonged to it. But the goblin shark isn't the strangest survivor. That title may belong to the frilled shark. For centuries, nobody knew it existed. Scientists found strange fossil teeth buried in ancient rock. They assumed the animal was extinct. Then something unexpected happened. In the 1800s, fishermen pulled one from the depths. The creature looked prehistoric. Its body moved like an eel. Its mouth contained hundreds of needle-shaped teeth. And somehow, it was alive. The frilled shark had survived for roughly 80 million years. Long enough to witness the rise and fall of entire ecosystems. Long enough to outlive countless predators. Long enough to become a living fossil. Even today, it remains one of the most mysterious sharks on Earth. Most people will never see one. Yet somewhere in the deep Atlantic, A frilled shark is hunting exactly as its ancestors once did. Not every ancient survivor became enormous. Some became efficient, terrifyingly efficient. Take the viperfish. Its teeth are so large they extend outside its mouth. Its body glows in darkness. And its entire hunting strategy can be summarized in a single word: ambush. The fish remains motionless, invisible, waiting. Then it launches forward and impales its prey. Simple, fast, effective. It has been working for millions of years. And then there is the anglerfish, a predator so bizarre it sounds fictional. In total darkness, it creates its own light, a glowing lure dangling above its mouth. Curious animals approach. Moments later, they disappear. The deep sea is filled with creatures that seem impossible, yet many of them have been following the same strategies for tens of millions of years. Proof that sometimes evolution doesn't reward complexity, it rewards survival. But predators weren't the only creatures conquering the deep. Long before humanity existed, long before dinosaurs ruled the earth, life had already found a way to survive in places that should have been impossible. Around 430 million years ago, cracks began opening across the ocean floor. From those cracks came water so hot it could melt lead. Poisonous chemicals poured into the darkness. By all logic, nothing should have lived there. Instead, entire communities appeared. Strange tube-shaped creatures clustered around towering volcanic vents. They had no eyes, no mouths, no way to hunt. Yet somehow they thrived. The secret was partnership. Inside their bodies lived bacteria capable of turning toxic chemicals into food. While most life on Earth depended on sunlight, these creatures built ecosystems powered by the planet itself. Think about that. While forests grew on land, entire cities were already flourishing in complete darkness beneath the sea. And the strangest part? Many of those communities still exist today, hidden beside hydrothermal vents, living much the same way they did hundreds of millions of years ago. Proof that some of Earth's oldest experiments never truly ended. They simply continued where nobody was looking. Then came one of the greatest scientific surprises of the 20th century. In 1938, a museum curator in South Africa examined a strange fish caught by local fishermen. Immediately, she realized something was wrong. Very wrong. The fish looked exactly like fossils scientists had been studying for decades. Fossils belonging to a creature believed extinct for 66 million years. A creature that supposedly vanished alongside the dinosaurs. The fish was called the Coelacanth, and it was alive. For generations, scientists had assumed it was gone forever. Instead, it had been hiding in deep underwater caves, quietly surviving while humanity remained completely unaware. Think about that. An animal believed extinct for millions of years was swimming beneath the ocean the entire time. Not discovered, not evolved into something new, simply waiting to be found. If that can happen once, what else might still be down there? The deeper scientists explore, the stranger the ocean becomes. Every year, new species are discovered, new ecosystems, new behaviors, new mysteries. Yet most of the deep ocean remains unexplored. Vast regions have never been properly studied. Entire mountain ranges lie hidden beneath the waves. Canyons deeper than anything on land. And somewhere within that darkness, creatures continue living lives we know nothing about. Perhaps some resemble ancient animals. Perhaps some represent entirely new branches of life. We simply don't know. And that's the uncomfortable truth. The ocean is not a solved puzzle. It is a frontier. For most of human history, people imagined monsters lurking beneath the sea. Dragons, sea serpents, creatures from nightmares. Most of those stories were fiction. But not all of them were completely wrong, because hidden beneath the waves were animals so strange that they seemed impossible. Sharks that refused to evolve, predators with glowing lures, fish that returned from extinction, survivors from worlds older than humanity itself. The difference between myth and reality is often smaller than we think. Sometimes the monster isn't imaginary. Sometimes it's simply waiting in a place we've never looked. And somewhere beneath miles of dark water, in a world untouched by sunlight, creatures are still swimming through an ancient realm, a realm that existed before civilization, before history, before us. The strange thing is that they don't know they're prehistoric. To them, they never left.